Okay, gang, this lesson is the wrap-up on quadrilaterals. So then the next chapter will be, what is the next chapter? I think it's circles, yeah. So we'll be doing with that on review 9, starting that anyway. So let's find x in each, you guys. Okay, so here we do n minus 2 times 180. So count the sides. It's the same as how many angles. I think it's easier just to count those angles. So I think they're... Hi, Nick. Good morning, Nick. I'm making another lesson, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8, so n minus 2 times 180. So we plug that in and we get 1080 and then add them up, and then if I did my arithmetic right, and I'm often making mistakes, I don't. So don't forget how to do long division. You guys give up on that, so I'm just going to show this in my class. Okay, so 3 doesn't go into 2, 3 goes into 26, 8 times is 24. So then we subtract and slide down to 5, and 3 goes into 25. Again, 8 times is 24, subtract. And then we start at the top, so it's 88 and 1/3. Okay, remember doing that? All right, you guys want to plug it in your calculator and get 88.3. So I'm just showing you guys long division again. Okay, outside angles, these add up to 360 no matter what. So I don't care how many angles there are or how many sides there are, they're always 360 since they're exterior. But we need that one right there, okay? So it forms a straight line with this one right here. So what's that, 32? So 180 minus 148 is 32. Then add them up, okay? And then as long as I'm doing my arithmetic right, I get 68. Okay, all right, so this is called a trapezoid, you guys, because the top and bottom are parallel and the other sides aren't. And since these markings show midpoint and these markings show midpoint, this is a mid-segment. Mid-segments are the average of the top and bottom, okay? So we just add them together and divide by 2, okay? So if we do that right, we get 25, okay? Same thing on this one. This is the average, so this equals 1/2 this plus this, okay? All right, so if we do that correctly, multiply by 2, all right, and we get subtract, we get 0.4, okay? All right, so find the value of each variable in the parallelogram, okay? So we kind of did this on the last couple of reviews. So opposite sides are equal, and we set them up and get a equal 5 and b equal 5, okay? All right, so here opposite angles are congruent, but that's not going to help us because we get 3a equals b. That won't help us. So set these guys equal to 180 because these are consecutive angles. Consecutive angles are supplementary. So if we solve, we get 45. And then since this is 45, it's supplementary with this one right there. So if we get subtract it, we get 135, okay? All right, so here the diagonals bisect each other. That means this side equals this side, and this side equals this side right there. So if we solve, we get that. Okay, so here we got a kite, you guys. Find the missing angles. So kites are when the next two sides, the consecutive sides, are congruent. These consecutive sides are congruent. Now, in a kite, kites are quadrilateral, so 360. So remember, n minus 2 times 180. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 times 180 is 360. Anyways, on a kite, these angles are always the congruent ones, okay? So there's one pair of congruent angles, so V is 75, and then we add them up to get T for 360 right there, okay? So as long as we did that right, we get 130. All right, try it with this one. Okay, so this time, these are the equal angles. The equal angles are between the two sides that are not congruent. So these sides are not congruent, these sides are not congruent. So these are my equal angles right here. Okay, so I'll put x's in there and then add them up to 360. Okay, and we get 98 degrees on that. Okay. All right, so the sum of the angles of a regular convex polygon is 3,960. How many sides? So this is where we do n minus 2 times 180. And then since it's regular, then we take that and divide it by, divide that into this, and it'll tell us what each angle is. Okay, so n minus 2 times 180 equals that sum. Divide by 180, and we get 22, so add 2 to both sides, so it's 24 sides. That's this answer. How many sides does it have? So what does each angle measure? We take 24 and divide it into the 3960. and we get 165. Okay, all right, so the measures of one angle of a parallelogram is 30 degrees less than twice the measure of another. Find the measures of each angle. Okay, no picture, so draw a picture. All right, let one of them be x, you guys, and then so this one says is 30 degrees less than, so this one's something minus 30. 30 degrees less than twice this angle. So this one's going to be 2x minus 30, okay? And those are consecutive angles. They're supplementary. So we add them up to be 180, and then solve, and we get x equals 30. So find the measure of each angle. So 70 and then 110, 70 and 110. Remember, supplementary, 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 supplementary right there. All right, okay, if you guys are in my class, you're gonna get to enjoy that. Take care.